Good day, everyone. So today, welcome to All Recovery Meeting. We're going to do a motivational video today. So we did one last week, or I believe it was last week, but let me share this now. And we're going to watch a video, and then we're going to come back and we're going to pull over, pause, and park, and discuss some particular points that stuck out. And if you see anything that sticks out to you, please just document it in the comment section so we can go over it, because I won't be able to go over it all. So hopefully you'll be able to get some too, and we'll go from there. All right. So this video, I'll be watching this this man all the time on YouTube, and it's called Recovery Dan. And his videos are very, he's in recovery, went through the process of recovery, and he shares some very great points and some, I'll have to let you see it so you can experience it for yourself. So I'll start this particular video, and during the course of it, I might pull over, pause, and park. Depends on what hits my spirit at the time when he start talking about it, okay? So enjoy this particular video and see what I mean about this person that's doing the videos. It's very inspirational, and use what you can, and please share it with your friends on your timeline. And let's see what we got. Let me add this to the screen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back with another episode of Recovery Dan. Again, I'd like to thank you again for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the comments and the likes. I love reading your comments. Certainly appreciate you, and thank you for what you do for this channel. Today, I'm just going to be a little bit more in-depth and honest about finding your way to your why. It's kind of tough when you trying to find your way. You're suffering through addictions and going through trials in life, and it's hard to find your way to your why. You know, first of all, today, what is your why for today? What is your why for today? If you're in addiction, why do you want to continue down that path? Why do you want to struggle and continue to struggle in life? You know, you can find your way. You just have to be willing to find your way. You know, I spent years observing people behaviors, even in my addictive years. And the insanity that I seen when people were getting high, I kind of just like to talk about that and be honest about that, the things that I've done, the things that I've seen. You know, drugs and alcohol is just pure insanity. If you have a problem such as I did, you know, I had a friend that I knew, and this is, you know, shows you where drugs can take you. This guy went home and hitched up his trailer to his truck and took it to the dope man house and traded his mobile home to get high. When his family arrived, there was no home. His wife and daughter had to go stay with her mother. You know, now, you know, just observing people in it. You know, drugs are something, anything that can make your body change before you even do it, there's power in that. And example is, I had a friend that he would call and have drugs delivered, and he actually would have to go use the bathroom before the guy even showed up. And that's not a one-time thing. That was every time that he would purchase it. Before the dope man would even get there, his stomach would just go all to pieces. And that blew my mind because that never happened with me. But, I'm thinking, how powerful is a drug that can literally upset your stomach before you ever even see it or touch it? And that's just that nature of addiction, the grip that it has on you. That anything is with alcohol and drugs, you have that physical allergy, which is coupled by that mental obsession. The physical allergy is that, well, you just cannot do one and be done with it. If you do 2 of anything, you're going to want 4. If you do 4, you're going to want 8. You do 8, you're going to want 16. And it goes on and on and on. And it just gets worse over time. But the biggest one is that the mental obsession. That's very, very strong because your whole thought process is nothing but getting high or getting drunk. And that mental obsession is so powerful that you'll do anything. This guy can take and sell his home with his family to the dope man, and his wife will ride, and they don't even have a home. I watched a guy that I'd known that would get high and go in his bedroom and get a sword and start walking throughout the house as though somebody was trying to break in broad daylight. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, what in the world have I got myself associated with? I've seen people do some crazy stuff. I was with a guy that one day he wanted to get high and he took his car to the dope man house. And next thing I know, we had to walk back home. This guy traded his vehicle. It's the deception that you have to deal with. It's the lying that you have to deal with. I had went out and spent money and rolled myself over in the dirt and came home and said I got robbed. Somebody stole my wallet. I mean, that's the kind of life you're going to live. You have no regard to who you hurt. When your own family can't lay down at night and have to worry about you stealing from them, they're in denial about your condition because they don't want to see you that way. They pray and hope that you'll get better, and you only get worse. How are you going to find the way to your why in life? How are you going to find the way to your why in life? You got to dig down. You got to dig down deep. Be honest. Be rigorously honest with yourself. I had to be honest with myself. Some things that you're shameful because you never thought it would take you that far. If you have spent time in addiction, you know that you never expected that it would take you down that path. You never dreamed it would take you down that path. You think I woke up one day and said, man, I want to lose my family. Man, I want my wife now to get a divorce. Man, I don't want to be with my kids. You think that's what I wanted? But I never dreamed it would happen. And before I knew it, as time went by, it lured me in just like a person fishing. I just followed that bait until I latched on. And that's what happens. But if you'll stop and just realize, why do I want to keep going down this path? This is not my why in life. Why do I want to continue to do this? Knowing that it's destroying me, knowing that I could die at any time. It's sad when you're in denial about your addiction. I used to say years ago that I'd rather open my eyes and say I don't understand rather than to close my eyes and say I don't believe. Because I started believing that I truly needed help, that I truly had a problem, trying to find the way to my why in life. Just trying to find the way to my why in life. This year, 2022, find your way to your why. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why don't you want to change? Why do you continue to go down a path that you know is a dead-end road? Why do you want to just continue to hurt yourself and the people that care about you? Why don't you choose to hold your head up and get the respect back that you so well deserve? I always say that you are somebody, I am somebody, and I truly mean that. But at the same time, have dignity, be proud each and every day that you go forward in life, finding your way to your why. You know, addiction is it's almost like being in a jar with the lid on it, just trying to find your way out. Just trying to find your way out. That's how it has that grip on you in life. You know, you can, if you're listening to this video right now and you're caught up in addiction, I would go somewhere and just spend some time alone without no drugs, no alcohol. I don't care if it's nothing but 15 minutes. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Why do I want to continue this? Why do I want to continue this knowing that if I continue this, I won't never have my marriage back. I won't never get my family back. I won't never get my children back. I have the drugs taken a hold of me in such a way that I don't even care if I get them back or not. And deep down you do care, but it has such a grip on you that it just won't, you just can't shake it off. If I can shake it off, and if I can find my way, then so can you. Just be willing to make that first step. Take the first step, which is admitting to yourself, man, I got a problem. I got a problem. And I got to do something about it. I got to do something about it. Having that, for those of you that's in recovery and you have the relapse, and people do slip and fall, but it's the mental relapse. You relapse in your mind before you ever take a drink or ever put a drug in you, because you start making excuses. You're gonna find something to make an excuse to get high. It's always gonna just start messing with you mentally. And once you do, you have woke up a sleeping giant. You have woken up a sleeping giant. Most people a lot of people that I know, and this is a fact, that had some sobriety time, when they relapsed, they were dead in a couple of years. Because you want to try to make up for the time you miss, and it's just too much for you. And that's just like a person that's addicted that have some sobriety time. 9 times out of 10, if they relapse, they're gonna do too much, and it's gonna kill them. But it's always, you got to understand that mental is really gonna just attack you. So if you start thinking about that, and please call someone, if you have a sponsor that you can call and talk to. That's the whole purpose in having a sponsor, somebody that you can call and talk to them and tell them where you at. And maybe y'all can talk about it or get together. But, you have to find your way to your why. I found mine. I found mine because I just got tired. I was just so tired. And I just knew there was another way for me. And I just chose another path. And like I said, I was willing to put the work in. And it wasn't something that was hard for me because I wanted it. It wasn't hard at all. I was just so tired of living the way I was living, and I knew that life was better than that. And so, I'm encouraging you to find your way to your why. Why not change? Why not restore that relationship with your children? Why not, let life bless you? The Lord will bless you. Doors are open up for you. Why not want that for yourself? Why do I want to look in the mirror every day and don't like what I see? Finding your way to your why. How do you find your way? You just simply ask. I can't do this on my own. I need help. I was not ashamed. It's nothing shameful about asking for help. It's nothing shameful about it. The shame comes when you don't ask, when you don't reach out, and you don't take advantage of all these programs that you can go to. You don't take advantage of people that's living sober that you can call and talk to. I mean, if you're struggling with it, you can call somebody and just tell them, look here, man, I got this issue going on in my life and I just need to talk to somebody. I want to change. I don't know how to change. You got to make an effort. You got to make an effort. You got to be willing to make an effort. How long are you going to let use drugs and alcohol to suppress those feelings? It's just a temporary fix. You're just putting a Band-Aid on an open wound that is deep, deep. Fight with everything you got. It's worth it. It's worth every bit of it. I don't regret one day for the time I spent at the Healing Transition Substance Abuse Program. I don't regret the path that I had to take to get to where I'm at. I grew, I learned, I come to understand that I can live life every single day and just be myself. I don't need to smoke no pot. I don't need to drink no beer, no liquor, no wine, none of it. I am so thankful for that because I found the way to my why. Why I wanted to change? Because I wanted to know who Danny was. I didn't even know who I was because my mind was so diluted. I just wanted to know what I liked in life. How did it feel just to be normal? I used to think when I was in addiction that how do people live sober and clean? That looks boring to me. But boy, little did I know, these people were living with peace. These people kept money. These people had cars. These people had driver's license. These people had a home to go to. They had a family to go to. They spent time with their children. And see, why shouldn't I be able to do that? But I knew it was going to take some work. I knew it was going to take some work. And I just want to be like the normal people, finding my way to my why. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. It's the greatest life that I could ever live. I couldn't ask for any more. I couldn't ask for any more. I have been so blessed. God has been good to me, good to my family. I'm just here reaching out to you, pleading with you. Find the way to your why in life. Why do I want to die in addiction? Why don't I want to change? Ask yourself that. Why not change my life? Finding my way. Finding someone to talk to, a place that I can go and get help. You will never, ever regret going to get help if you're really serious about recovery. If you're really serious about recovery and getting that true smile back on your face getting that peace that surpasses all understanding in your life. Waking up and just looking at the sunshine. And it's like I said in the affirmation, I don't take one day for granted because I know it's a blessing that I get to see it and that I'm here to share with you. But again, I'd like to thank you for subscribing. I'd like to thank you again for your comments. I mean, I enjoy reading your comments. I enjoy reading, especially when you're giving everything you got and you're fighting for your life. And you talk about how good things are going for you. And some talk about the struggles, but I encourage you to hold your head up. Hold your head up. Don't give up. Like I said before, if you fall 7 times in one day, you get back up 7 times in one day. Find the way to your why. And remember this. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Remember that you are somebody. No matter what people may tell you, no matter what you feel like, you are somebody. Don't ever forget that you are somebody. God bless you until we meet again.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I've been watching him for a few moments now, and ever since I came across his video, he has some very encouraging videos. What you think? Or did you like it, or anything like that? If y'all got any comments, I'm gonna go over a few of them. Actually, I want to go over a few that he said that was very powerful. I wrote down a few different points. I got so many points from the video, but I'm gonna share them with y'all. And if you got any, you can put them in the comment section as well. So the first one that I want to go over, he says your family is worrying about you. And that's one of the things that a lot of time when people struggle with a substance use disorder, they always, or not all the time, but a lot of time, people think that it's just them that's suffering from the situation that they have. But actually, it's more than you, because your family stays home all night and they be constantly worrying about you. So that's one of the points I took from that. Then he says, how are you going to find your why, your way to your why in addiction? So he says, how are you going to find your way to your why? How are you going to find your way to your why? And what that why is, the why is, why do you want and need to change? So he says, you got to find your way to your why. And your why is, why do I want to? And why do I need to change? A lot of people don't know their why. Why do I need to change? Why do I want to change? And he was talking so many great points about why. When you find your why, when you find that, then that will give you the motivation to actually start the car of recovery, if you will. So he says also, hold your head up and get the respect that you deserve. Good God, man. Hey, he said, hold your head up and get the respect that you deserve. We are all individuals. He was letting us know that we are people. We are human beings. We are the greatest things that we have down on earth, right? So he says, hold your head up and get the respect that you deserve. And you can't get the respect that you deserve until you find your why. Why do I need to change? Why must I change? Why do I need to change? It says you need to hold your head up and get the respect that you deserve. Another one he says, this is very encouraging right here. He says, shake it off. I know it's difficult, but you got to shake it off. And a lot of times when you suffer in multiple relapse after relapse after relapse, it gets very depressing and you feel like you don't even want to start the process again. But he was explaining, he said, sometimes you got to shake it off. You know, relapse, if you suffer the relapse and you need to get back up, he said, he used the term, if you fall 7 times, get back up 7. So basically he's letting us know you got to shake that thing off, because if you find yourself in that situation, it can get very discouraging. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It get very discouraging because ultimately after you relapse, you go through the process. After you suffer a relapse, you go through the process and you feel guilty You feel guilty, if you will. All right. So the next one is your relapse is you relapse. This is, man, I might pull over, pause, and park right on this. He says you relapse in your mind before you actually pick the drug up. It happens way before you get to the stage of picking it up. You literally relapse in your mind before you actually got to that. That's why I love cognitive behavioral therapy about changing your thought pattern, because you relapse here before you actually pick it up. So if you win the battle between your ears, thanks, Ms. Joyce Myers. If you win the battle between your ears, you got it. Because before you touch it and pick it up and do it, it's all going to transfer. It's going to come up here first, and then it's going to start to go through your mind, your heart, and then it goes to your hands. But if you win the battle up here, literally, it's easy selling. It's smooth selling. All right, let me give you two more. Call someone for help. I'm glad I said that. I'm going to put the number on the screen. Call someone for help. If you're it's okay to reach out to individuals when you are in need of help. So you have to call someone for help. Everybody, we've been talking about multiple pathways of recovery. I don't care what pathway you take. Everybody on every pathway has to call somebody to get some help. And that's no matter what pathway you take. I'm a faith-based person, but no matter how much faith I got, when I'm in trouble, I call for some help. Lastly, how do people live? He says he used to look at people who were sober, and he made this statement. I actually used to do this too. How do people live sober and clean? Right? It looks boring. And he says he realized, though, that the people who we thought was living a boring life because they were sober and clean was actually living a peaceful life. I said, that's powerful. They were able to spend time with their families. They was able to maintain employment. They was able to go on trips. They was able to live a peaceful life. And he says he used to look at people who were sober and clean and think that life is totally boring. I'm here to tell you today, I got 13 years removed from the drug lifestyle that I used to live, and I am literally living a dream. I thought it was a life that was boring, and I still pull up to my own home and break out crying, because I remember when I was sleeping on the streets and they didn't have anything, and I still can't believe it. I thought those lives, those people who was living those sober lives was wasting their time. They was living boring lives. But I found out that there is a lot of peace in living a life where I ain't got to wake up and worry about what drug I'm going to use, what alcohol I'm going to use, what chick I'm going to sleep with. Just a peaceful life. To God be the glory. So again, we want to thank y'all for watching this motivational video. Leave your comments, concerns, criticism, anything. And please check him out on YouTube. His name is Recovery Dan. He has awesome videos on there. I watch them myself a lot, and that's why I'm sharing them with you. All right, y'all have a great day, okay?